Well, welcome back to the channel, and it looks like the blinker boys are going to be at it again today. The main destination that we've got in mind is Hohenwald, Tennessee, but we're going to get there by way of the Clifton turnpike. The Clifton turnpike is a backcountry road that it's just wonderful for riding motorcycles on. It's one of those twisties and curvy and back in the country and the cow pastures and forest and just a whole lot of scenery to see. But you see, the thing is that I've lived here right next to it all my life until we started riding these bikes. I had never even heard of a Clifton turnpike, and it was just a few miles down the road from the house here. The interesting thing that I've gotten into riding these bikes on these country back roads is just discovering all of the country that's out there. I'm seeing little towns and places I have heard of my whole life but I've never been to, and it's just so much fun discovering these roads, riding on roads that's been around your home your whole life, but you've never been there, you've never seen them, and to visit these little towns and meeting the people that are sometimes there in a little country store or something, and it's just really enjoyable. So I've got Steve and Randy with me again here today, and we're going to head out and start down 104, and then we're going to make our way through Saltillo and take Highway 69 and head in that direction. So we'll get going, see some scenery, and I'll give a little more commentary as we get somewhere and I see something maybe to take note of. But we'll head on out and talk to you here in a few minutes. Oh, wrong road. As so often is the case, the guy that is supposed to know where he's going and what he's doing doesn't. When you elect someone to be in the lead, you really need to pay attention to the qualifications. Well, at least there's somebody in the group knows where the Clifton Turnpike is. Okay, looks like Steve here has found the turnpike, and he's going to reorient my compass and put me back in charge. So here we go. This is the little route that's called the Clifton Turnpike, and so just sit back and enjoy some of the scenery as we ride through and wind up in Waynesboro, Tennessee. Well, as we're finishing up our ride here on the Clifton Turnpike, we might turn and take a few minutes and look a little bit about its history. It was built around 1818 and was constructed on a high ridge following a trail originally formed by migrating buffalo. It has played a significant role in connecting the area to other regions. This turnpike was pivotal in shaping the development of Clifton, as it changed from farmland to a more urbanized area and transportation needs evolved. It was built along what is now known as Frankfort Avenue, following that natural high ridge we spoke of earlier. Before the turnpike was built, the area was part of a historic stagecoach route. Like Pierce Mountains and Sweet Springs Turnpike, it was designed by Claudius Corzet in the mid-1800s as a well-graded stagecoach trail connecting to the Sweet Springs Resort and warm water spas. Okay, we're finishing up the turnpike here, and it has safely delivered us to downtown Waynesboro. We're going to slowly work our way through town here, get back out on 13, and we're going to ride Highway 13 for a few miles up to Highway 48, and we're going to take a right on 48, and that's going to bring us to our destination in Hohenwald, Tennessee. So we'll get back on the road and see if we can't get ourselves over there. 48 has brought us to our destination here at Hohenwald, Tennessee, which is the county seat of Lewis County. It was founded in 1878 as a small crossroads community by Warren Smith and his wife, Augusta Grafenmeyer Smith. They were German immigrants and seeking opportunity in the forest hills of what is now Lewis County. The couple established a store and a house at the intersection of key trails. The store served the travelers and early settlers during that time. Augusta, drawing from her heritage, named the settlement Hohenwald. It's a German term, meaning a high forest. And that's probably due to the fact it sits on the highland rim at an elevation of 976 feet, which is pretty high for this area. In 1880, a post office was established, which was equipped with a pony mail route. The influx of Swiss immigrants in the late 19th century further shaped Hohenwald's early identity, culminating in the English settlement of New Switzerland, a nearby Swiss colony founded in 1895 by immigrants attracted by the land grants and the promise of a new homeland. The first Swiss settlers were organized by the Swiss Pioneer Union under J.G. Provost, and they arrived on November 17th of 1895. Tensions over language, custom, and resources between the original Hohenwald residents and the New Switzerland settlers led to a merger by 1897, which formalized the town's boundaries and integrated these European influences into a unified community, with Hohenwald becoming the county seat that year. But even before these developments, Hohenwald's historical significance was tied to a pivotal event in American exploration. The death of Meriwether Lewis on October 11th of 1809 at Grunder's Stand, an end approximately 7 miles east of the future town site. Lewis, a co-leader of the Lewis and Clark expedition, then governor of Louisiana Territory, succumbed to gunshot wounds under mysterious circumstances while traveling the Natchez Trace. He was buried nearby in an unmarked grave, an event that later influenced the naming of Lewis County in 1843, and it imbued the region with a sense of foundational American heritage, long predating the town's formal settlement. I have lived not far from Hohenwald my whole life here, and surprisingly, I didn't know that it is the home to the elephant sanctuary. It's the largest natural habitat refuge for retired elephants in the United States. It spans over 3,000 acres and was established in 1995 to provide lifelong care for Asian and African elephants from zoos and circuses. The sanctuary, located just outside the city, attracts visitors to its Elephant Discovery Center for educational exhibits and views of the animals in a forested environment mimicking their native habitats. We take another ride through Hohenwald. That may be someplace I want to check out and take a look at that, just see what that is. Well, okay, that's a little bit of history here on Hohenwald. We're going to pull over here at a little service station, convenience store, get us a bite to eat. Believe it or not, I'm going to check and see if they've got one of those bologna sandwiches in there and give that a try. And we'll, after we get that done, we'll be back out on the road and take another little ride. So talk to you in a little bit. Okay, we've had our meal and we're fixing to head out again. And just so you know, yes, they did have one of those bologna sandwiches in there. Even though it was kind of a surprise, I got that bologna sandwich, and when I reached in the sack to get it, it felt awful warm. I wasn't sure what I had. And I got that thing out, and it was a bologna, but it was, I wouldn't say fried bologna, but it was cooked some way because it was warm. The bread was warm, and it was just kind of soft and mushy, so it was good. I ate it, and I didn't complain, but it was not exactly what I was expecting. I guess those country stores have just got me spoiled, but anyway, we all got us a bite, and we're full up, and we're fixing to head out here, and Steve's got a little detour he wants us to take out the road here. He came over, I don't know, sometime back, not too long, to a racetrack that's out here where they did some flat track racing, and he's going to take us out by the track and let us see the oval that they raced on. And after that we'll head back home, and so I guess we'll drive down the road a little bit after that oval and see some scenery, and let that be the end of the video, and see you again next time. We'll go somewhere else. Thanks for watching.